Hang on a minute. There we go. That's better. I am a very jet-lagged Caleb Jones, and this is Alpha Male 2.0, freedom-focused lifestyle design for men, location-independent income through your own laptop-based business, dating multiple attractive women long-term with no lying, cheating, or drama, the freest lifestyle the modern man can experience in the collapsing era in which we live. I'm going to get right to the topic because I'm a little sleepy. 12-hour time zone difference just to be in the United States for about 5 days, which I am never doing again. And I told my family this is the first time and the last time. Wonderful Thanksgiving, but I'm not doing this again. There we go. I promised I would do it. I have to do what I promise. Part of my code, but I'm done now. So I don't have to do this again. Thank God. So I will be a little off today. If I seem a little peaked in the video or I sound funny in the audio, that's why. Kind of sleepy. Matter of fact, right after this live stream, I'm probably going right to bed because it is, what time is it here? 10:07 p.m. in Dubai time. Yeah. All right. Getting right to the topic. Today we're going to discuss why so many celebrities that would be, Hollywood celebrities, celebrities in sports, internet celebrities, when they attempt open relationships or non-monogamous relationships, it seems like it always fails. It seems like it always blows up in their face and fucks everything up. And when this happens, a lot of people who either openly or secretly prefer monogamy say, see, doesn't work. See, look at Destiny. Caleb, Destiny tried it, didn't work. So see, look at Will Smith. He got fucked on that deal. See, didn't work. See, look at Shailene Wally, the girl from the Divergent movies. If you remember her name, and you can tell me in the chat. I forget her name. See her? She fucked it up. And that football player goes, see, he did it. He fucked it up. Right. So Tam, explain to you why these relationships virtually never work and what the difference between what these people are doing and the models I teach here at Alpha Male 2.0, which is actually the reason why they don't work. So let me rewind your brain a little bit. Prior to the mid 2000s, when pickup artist PUA became a mainstream thing, when Neil Strauss and Mystery and those guys burst onto the mainstream, by the time Mystery had his TV show on VH1, which is probably 2007, maybe somewhere around there, when PUA became a normal thing. Prior to that, how did men date? Well, if you are old like me and you remember, and you were an adult, you were dating prior to 2005, you probably remember how you dated, because I remember how I did it. Here's how you dated. What you did is you used societal programming, which is almost always wrong, and your gut feelings on how to attract a woman. Did you use any data? No. Did you use any models that were proven to work? No. Did you use any science? Nope. You didn't use any of that stuff. The rare exception would be, the few men, the fraction of 1% of men who would actually go bother, or if they could find one, a book on dating for men, in which they virtually did not exist prior to the 90s. So you didn't use anything that actually worked. You used what? Societal programming, which is almost always wrong. I can talk about the Unchained Man. And your gut feeling. So here's what you did. Here was your quote logic before 2005. If you were the normal, typical, unless you were a natural. So I'm going to cover all the excuses and exceptions to the rule really quick because I know my audience. There's a small percentage of men, we called them naturals back in the pickup artist days. You went to high school with one or two of these guys. I certainly did, who are naturally good at women starting at age 12. That was their personality. They were born with it. So these guys would go bang all the girls. Yes, even if they were short, even if they weren't good looking, you'd be like, how the hell is he fucking all these girls? Because he's a natural. That's about 1 or 2% of men. The other 98% of men, I was one of them. You were probably one of them too. Here's what we did. We used societal programming and our gut feelings. So we said, okay, if I want this girl to like me, then I have to buy her flowers because that'll make her like me because girls like flowers. That makes sense. and I got to buy her gifts and chocolates. And if we go on a date, we got to go on a fancy date where like go out to dinner to a fancy restaurant, as fancy as I can afford. And I got to open the car door for her and be really nice and like pull a chair out for her because that'll make her horny because girls like that, right? And then I got to spend all this fucking money on her. And then I got to try not to fuck her on the first date because women don't like that. Women don't like even try to fuck on my first date. So don't do that. Or the second or third date, don't do that. Oh my God. And you got to walk her to your door. And if you're really lucky, you get a kiss on the cheek or maybe kiss on the lips. Oh, and that's it. You can't get laid. You got to take her out again and again and again. And then once you got laid, if you got laid, then you're in a relationship. How did you manage that relationship? Well, you used societal programming and your gut feelings. Well, let's see. What I should do is I should promise to not fuck other girls, and I should kiss her ass all the time, and I should call her all the time, and I should hang out with her all the time, and I should do whatever she tells me because girls like that, and that'll make it all work. And of course, everything I just said doesn't work, with exception. So your gut feelings is usually, when it comes to attracting women, the opposite of what works. What actually works in terms of attracting women? The opposite of what I just said. You act super aloof. You act like you don't give a shit. You're polite. You're not mean, but you act like you don't give a fuck. You're totally unaffected by her. That'll turn her on, but that doesn't make any sense in terms of societal programming, what your mommy and daddy taught you, what all the rom-coms you watched growing up taught you, what all the sitcoms you watched growing up taught you, right? That's not what happened. And it doesn't make sense. Why would a girl want to fuck you if you're not nice to her? That doesn't make any sense. So you use two completely invalid sources of information as your baseline technique for how to date women, how to hook up with women, and how to be in a relationship with a woman. Right? Right. And it worked in some cases despite what you were doing. And what usually happened, this was what Tom Likas was saying in the early 2000s, what usually would happen on this model is the girls would go have sex with all the alpha male 1.0s and the naturals, fuck them for a few years. Then around age 30 would go, oh, I'm tired of these players. And then they would go settle for Poindexter, the guy who did kiss her ass and take her out to dinner. Oh, thank God, this guy will take care of me. Great. And then Poindexter would fuck her, even though 80 other guys fucked her already. He'd be like, yay. That's kind of how this worked. Because men operated on societal programming and gut feeling, both of which are terrible in terms of building a dating model that works. You with me so far? Okay, hang on. So, whenever you see a celebrity or a well-known person on the internet or whatever attempt an open relationship or a non-monogamous relationship, how do they structure that relationship? I haven't seen all these cases, but the ones that I have seen, I've seen a number of them. The ones that I've seen, 100% of them, let's talk about what they don't do. Do they buy a book like mine on how to develop a long-term, low-drama, happy, non-monogamous relationship with all the models I discuss and have been discussing for almost 20 years? Do they buy a book like that? Nope. They don't do any. Do they do any research? Serious research, of which there is not very much on the internet. I'm one of the few people who talks about this publicly, on how to develop and maintain a long-term, happy, low-drama, non-monogamous relationship where one or both people are having sex with other people, but you're still together for 10 plus years without fighting, which I've been doing for almost 20 years? Not really, no. They might glance at they might go to like a polyamory forum or some shit like that. Or they might, one of their buddies might be a swinger and they might ask him a few questions. That's about all they'll do. No, what do? When they discuss how we will manage this relationship, what rules we will follow in this relationship, how we will manage other people, what models do they use? They use societal programming and their gut feelings, which doesn't fucking work. So, for example, you'll see an open relationship where the woman and the man will say, okay, we can be with other people. And maybe the girl's a little more dominant than the man, like in the case of Destiny, but there's many other cases. I want to pick on him. There's a lot of cases like this. The girl says, okay, well, I'm going to date other guys. Date other guys. And the guy goes, well, okay, that's fair because I want to date other girls. So I guess that's fair. Okay. And this is like a serious girlfriend, boyfriend, or living together girlfriend, boyfriend, or married relationship. And so the girl goes off and starts dating other guys in an OLTR-ish, in my parlance, relationship. What happens? Well, what do you think is going to happen if you have a wife or a serious live-in girlfriend and she's dating, not fucking, dating other guys? She's spending weekends with other men, with some other guy. She's spending the night with some other guy. She's going on romantic dates with some other guy. She's cuddling after sex with some other guy. They're having long romantic conversations on the phone with some other guy. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? Drama and problems, and the relationship's going to fail. On the flip side, maybe you have the guy who's a little more Andrew Tate-ish, a little alpha male 1.0-ish, a little more confident. Maybe he's the more confident one. And he says, I can fuck anyone I want. And the girl goes, okay. Works fine for about, 5 months, 6 months, year and a half, 2 years. And then he fucks her sister. I've seen this happen. Or he fucks, this is a more common than you think, her best friend, her best female friend. Or God forbid, I haven't seen this, but I'm sure it's happened, her mom or something like that. And then her head fucking explodes. Why did you fuck my sister? Why did you fuck my man? What? And he says, hey. Per our conversation back on guy logic, per our conversation on May 24th, 2013, you agreed that I can fuck anyone I want. And she's like, well, I didn't mean my sister. Well, you didn't specify your guy logic. You did not specify your sister. I just said anyone I want. And you said, and I quote, okay. And now you have conflict, drama, explosions. The relationship fails. The first scenario happened with Will Smith, right? Didn't she date? And I don't follow these celebrity cases very closely. I don't care. Didn't she fuck or start dating one of her son's friends who was like 25 years old, Jada Pinkett? Something like that. But and it was unclear if they were together or not, or it gets really hairy. But that's my point. Here is a truism, okay? Because I've seen a lot of people over the last 15 years that reported this stuff, 17 years, however long I've been talking about these things, have reported to me these cases of celebrities or internet celebrities trying out these open relationships, having them not work. And they'll say, Caleb, what do you think about this? And I will research it. I have never seen, not once, one of these relationships that failed follow correct and proper and proven non-monogamous relationship management techniques. Not a one. They all do it, for lack of a better word, wrong. If Jada Pinkett or Will Smith or Destiny, or even, God forbid, someone who used to be one of my heroes, Gene Simmons, had bothered to read my book on, there's 2 books actually. There is the Ultimate Open Relationships Manual, store.calebjones.com if you want any of these books, and the Ultimate Open Marriage Manual, where you actually live with the woman. If any of these celebrities had bothered, and to be fair, 1 or 2 of them have. I know a few people, 1 or 2 of them have. But that's my point. 1 or 2 of them, 2 or 3 of them, had bothered to read my books and get an actual model that has been field tested for 20 years almost and proven to work with thousands of people long-term now, huge track record, they would have been fine. Because they're not following models that work. I have models that work. For example, the 9 cardinal rules, the 4 phases, the 3 types of relationships, now 4 types of relationships. Models, structures, techniques that work. Do these celebrities do this stuff? No. What they do is they go based on their feelings, and then they're shocked when it explodes in their face. Now, to be fair, some people, some women, and some men, if they were to read my books, wouldn't like what they read. If Andrew Tate sat down and read one of my books on non-monogamous relationships, he'd probably throw up within 20 minutes. I'm not fucking doing that. I'd rather have drama. Great. As I've said many times, if you don't care about happiness, I don't know why you're listening to me. So that's the next level of problem. Some of these, not all of them, but a lot of these people, they read these books and went, oh, I'm not doing that. Well, I don't know if that's shit. I don't know. Well, did you try it? How about you try it before you say it doesn't work? Might be surprised. Let's see here. There's a fly in here. I never have flies in Dubai. That's weird. Hang on a moment. Got to check the technology here. So let me give you several examples. One of the most common example you see with celebrity or well-known people who attempt open relationships is the first example I gave. The woman says, okay, it's an open relationship, so I can date other guys, right? And the dumb guy goes, well, I want to date other girls, so yo. So she goes, okay, and she goes and dates other guys, catches feelings with other men, and then it becomes a clusterfuck. It happened with Destiny. It happened with Will Smith. It's happened with, I don't know celebrities, at least 3 or 4 other cases that I've seen. I don't remember names. If you want to Google around for famous failed celebrity open relationships, you're welcome to do so. You'll get a bunch of names. That's usually what happens. That's a terrible idea. Why? If it's an MLTR relationship where 2 people are dating but not committed boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, then it's fine. It's non-exclusive sexually, non-exclusive emotionally. I had MLTRs for 10 years. I loved it. MLTRs are awesome. But an MLTR is not your girlfriend. So if you allow other women to date, not fuck, date, carry on relationships with other people, that's fine. It needs to be an MLTR where the expectation is not, I'm your girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, we're going to get married someday, right? Then it works. It works with some provisos. You have listen fitties, you have the return rate, you have your roster, all this systems I've talked about for many years, okay? But it works. If you have a serious relationship, serious committed boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship that you intend on lasting a very, very long time, if you're married or married-like as if you're living together, that would be an OLTR relationship. And unfortunately, what you have to do to make sure that works long-term, low drama long-term, is you both say to each other, we can fuck other people as long as they're just FBs. We cannot date other people. So the woman cannot date other men. That's not going to work. And the man is not able to date other women. That's not going to work in an OLTR relationship. And that's what so many of these stupid celebrities do. They get into what I would call an OLTR relationship, and then they go date other people. Says, well, it's polyamory, man. Okay. There are different kinds of polyamory. MLTR is a form of polyamory, and it works great. But you can't be married polyamory. That doesn't work long term with low drama. Let me back this up a little bit. There are some people who have, not very many, it's a very small percentage of people. There are some people, probably some celebrities, who do have open relationships, and it's a serious relationship, and they haven't gotten divorced or broken up yet. They just cling in there. Will Smith is a good example of this, okay? And they just fight and scream and fight and scream and yell at each other, cry and scream and fight for the rest of their lives. That's why I say not date multiple women. What do I always say? Date multiple women, multiple attractive women, long-term, with no lying, cheating, or what? Drama. If you don't mind drama, once again, do whatever you want, ignore all my advice, and go watch Andrew Tate. He loves drama. That's fine. If you don't want drama, you're going to have to follow these models. If you don't want to follow these models, and a lot of people don't, you're going to have drama, problems, explosions, and breakups and divorces in your relationship. Not to mention a lot of jealousy. Seen this happen many times with non-famous people as well. I have seen people in my life who didn't know my material attempt open relationships, open marriages, and it almost always blows up in their fucking face. I'm going to give you a real statistic. I have communicated with hundreds, I don't know what the exact number is, but it's in the hundreds, either of a telephone, Zoom call, or email, excuse me, hundreds of people over the past 17, 18 years or so who have been in long-term non-monogamous relationships who followed my models, didn't have any of these problems. Any. I didn't say they had zero problems. Some people have a little drama occasionally, but they didn't have any of these problems these celebrities have. Because when you have a proven system, a blueprint, a layout of exactly what works, you just duplicate that blueprint and then it works. And I don't need to tell you this. Many of you already know this. You've already done this. Instead of just saying, well, I want to have an open relationship. How should we do it? Well, I guess we'll do this. Why do you think that's going to work? Why do you think that's going to work when monogamy has such a low success rate? 86% real divorce rate and 77% cheating rate. I mean, monogamy is bad enough. By the way, why do people still engage in monogamy? societal programming, and gut feeling. And you can throw in obviously biological wiring too. You don't want to make decisions based on those three things. Those things are wrong. It's going to see you're wrong almost every time. Let's use another example of a failure that is on the masculine side. So I blogged about this at the time when this occurred. One of my lifetime big heroes was, still kind of is, but not nearly as much anymore because of what he's done, a man named Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons is the bass player of the rock band Kiss. He is one of the wealthiest self-made musicians in human history. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's the guy who said, Kiss is not a band. Kiss is not a rock band. It's a rock brand. He's a super hardcore capitalist, love him to death. He had an open relationship, open marriage in quotes because they weren't legally married, to Shannon Tweed for about 25 years. So he lived with Shannon Tweed, if you didn't know, is a former Playboy playmate. In the 80s, she was really hot. She did a lot of porn type stuff in the 80s. Hot. So he married her. He had sex with like 4,000 women or something. Well, anyway, they didn't get legally married because he was smart. He didn't get legally married. Moved in together, had her sign a cohabitation agreement, and said, look, this is a non-monogamous relationship. I'm going to bang other chicks because I'm a rock star. Hello, I'm a rock star. I go on tour, and all these young chicks are throwing themselves at me. I'm going to fuck some of them. Okay? Yeah, the way it goes. You don't like it, there's the door. This is back when he was more alpha, had more testosterone, and, was more alpha male 2.0. Hang on a second. Excuse me. Jet lag's a bitch. I'm barely hanging on here. I have to wrap this up relatively soon, and I'll be back to normal next week. I cannot wait to go to bed. I'm so sleepy. Anyway, so she agreed, but he made some mistakes. What he did over the next 25 years, they lived together. They had 2 children together. There was a big, reality TV show about it. His kids are grown now. He had a daughter and a son, really tall son and a cute little daughter. And what he did was, not only did he fuck all these girls while he was married to Shannon Tweed, he advertised it. He plastered it all over his social media, all over the news articles, all over the news reports on TV. He was, he'd be surrounded by these hot babes, their tits hanging out. Yeah, I'm fucking all these girls. Yeah, because I'm Gene Simmons. Woo! And Shannon Tweed, for 25 years, sat there at home like this with their arms folded in the kitchen going, son of a bitch. So he did have an alpha male 2.0 OLTR marriage. Good for him. Good. Excellent. But he went a little too overboard with it. He threw it in her face. Since I married Pink Firefly a billion years ago now, 7, 8, 9 years, whatever. I should probably know the number, shouldn't I? This is how romantic I am. I just saw her last week. You have noticed that I have not plastered pictures of women I've had sex with. Now, I do. There's some other reasons I don't do that. Read my blog. There's some legal reasons and so on. But I don't go around doing what Gene Simmons did, because I don't want to piss off my wife. She is well aware I have sex with other women, but I don't want to take a pie and smash it in her face. She's still a human being. You have to have expectations for how women in particular and human beings in general react emotionally, especially if you are an INTJ robot like myself. You have to realize that most people are not like you, and people have these things called emotions, and you got to manage these things, especially with women, and especially in my case, if you're attracted to very highly emotional, highly feminine, girly girl women, which is what I like. So I got to be really careful about that stuff if I want it to last long-term, low drama. So that was a failure on his end. So what happened? Many of you know the end of the story. It was very sad. In 2011, Shannon Tweed did exactly what a lot of women do. I've talked about this in my blogs numerous times. Maria Shriver did this to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I gave you so many examples. She waited until the last kid moved out of the house. So for a while, women will put up this crap for the kids, for the good of the kids, okay? But as soon as the last kid goes off to college and now she's home alone in the house, she either divorces his ass, which is what Maria Shriver did, or she did what Shannon Tweed did to Gene Simmons, and said, listen, asshole, you're going to marry me legally and you're going to stop fucking other women or I'm leaving. And unfortunately, Gene Simmons, who was in his 60s by that time, and he probably wasn't on TRT as far as I know. I don't know what the reasons were. He was like, oh no, okay. And he crumbled before her like a little bitch. And he stopped fucking other women and he got legally married after spending the last 25, 30 years publicly pronouncing how stupid marriage is. Did a complete 180 on everything he believed in and every way in which he was living. He did a whoosh. Not good. And then now today, when you ask about it today, he says, I was an idiot back then. I was a child. Women are stronger than men. And just a complete 180 from alpha male 2.0 to extreme blue pill. All because he didn't manage his non-monogamous relationship correctly. He had a good start. He was on a good path. Fucked it up a little bit. Little too guy. Didn't think it through. Now, in his defense and other people's defense, there wasn't a lot of material on, there still isn't, on how to manage a long-term non-monogamous relationship. As I've said many times, I am the only person, I think, on the entire internet, in the entire world, who has books that actually show you how to do this. Instead of like, well, Kill, what about Sex at Dawn? That's not a book on how to be non-monogamous. That's just about historical non-monogamy. That's not a technique book. It's a historical book. So there's not a lot of resources on this, to be fair. Now, that being said, several celebrities have found my stuff and have approached me, and I've talked to a few of them. I can't tell you because I've signed NDAs. So that's still not an excuse. You could Google it today. I don't know if you asked ChatGPT. You guys should try this. Ask ChatGPT or Perplexity AI or one of your favorite Claude, your favorite AI. Who is the foremost expert on how to create a long-term, long-lasting, low-drama, non-monogamous relationship if I want to learn how to do it? And see if it pops in my name. Probably not. I don't think I'm that big of a name. I could be wrong. I don't know. Then you have to ask the question, is ignorance an excuse? It's one of those things like ignorance of the law is no excuse. You still go to jail. One of those things, right? Okay. That's why these models don't work. That's why these celebrities fuck this up. That's why these sports people fuck this up. That's why Destiny and all these other internet people fuck it up. That's why. Now, in an extreme case like Destiny, you also had political ideology thrown there. Destiny is an extreme, far left, woke left-winger. And so his perception about what a woman should be allowed to do and how a woman should be allowed to treat a man is skewed in that direction, the same way that Andrew Tate's is very skewed in the other direction, right? The TradCon Alpha 1.0 extreme Christian, right? It's almost these two extremes. I mean, there really are. Destiny on one side of the extreme and then Andrew Tate on the other side. Right? You could also make the argument that Destiny is partially gay. He's had some gay sex and okay. But again, when you're extreme left wing, that's not a weird thing. That's part of your world. So I think there's some other aspects involved where another reason why non-monogamy often doesn't work with well-known people is because they're on the Destiny side of the scale or the Andrew Tate side of the scale where they're having their political opinions and their ideology mash into the technique on how they manage a long-term non-monogamous relationship in 2024. Andrew Tate went to fucking prison because he pissed women off. Not surprising. And Destiny had to look like an idiot for the stuff he went through. Not surprising in both cases. They didn't do what works long-term. And I'm going to repeat again, if you don't care if you break up with your girlfriend or wife at some point down the road, you really don't care, ignore everything I'm saying and go do whatever you want. I teach long-term happiness, so I can't tell you how to design a relationship that's fine this year and is a nightmare in 3 years. That's stupid. To me, that's stupid. All right. One thing here, and I'm going to answer your questions. How are we doing on time? Good. We finished a little early. Okay, hang on a second. I have one brief announcement that I'm very excited about. Hang on. All right, really quick. I'm going to burn through this really quickly. I'm super pumped about this. More on this next week. Announcing 90-day Business Builder 2.0. You might have noticed that I haven't been really talking about Business Builder for the past several months. Why? Because we've been improving it again. And now 90-day Business Builder is the #1 business program on the internet in the entire world. I'm going to back that up in a minute. That's a literal statement. That is not marketing stuff. We have added a mountain of stuff to this program, and it's based on the things that you have asked us for. Both those of you who are prospects who are interested in the program and people who have gone through the program and made these suggestions. As I say many times, including in 90-day Business Builder, I don't give a shit what you want to sell. All you should care about is your customers and your prospect, what they want you to sell. I don't care about you. You got to care about your customers. So this is all from you. This is now the best business program in the world. I will give you specifics in a minute. 90-day Business Builder 2.0. Here is everything you get in this program. We've added a shitload of stuff. You ready? Here we go. For 12 weeks, we will take you by the hand. We will walk you through step by step on how to start your own location-independent business where you will make money guaranteed within 90 days or less. Talk about the guarantee in a minute. It is for people who are beginners, who have no business experience. You've never started a business in your life, or maybe you just started a business, you're kind of floundering. That's the program for you. If you're an advanced business owner, you've already had companies, this is probably not for you. Pay for my one-on-one coaching, but you have like 3 more weeks left before I stop doing that. You will make real money in 12 weeks. We guarantee it. I will discuss that in a minute. We regularly, and I mean this now, we regularly will have people get $1,000 clients, $3,000 clients, $7,000 clients, $8,000 clients, $14,000 clients, contracts that are $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, either within 90 days, sometimes within a few weeks, or at 90 days or just over 90 days. And we have at the website, 90daybizbuilder.com, we've got like 20 case studies on there now, video, and we add more every month. This shit works. New thing we're permanently adding to the program because you guys really like this. As a bonus, you get an extra month in the program for free. So we call it 90-day Business Builder. It is actually 120-day Business Builder. We're adding a month onto the end. Gives you a little more time to market and work with us. Make sure. So we want to make sure you get those first few clients. So we have permanently now added a month to the program. This is now a 4-month program. Next, we used to have 3 live Zoom sessions with coaches per week. Now there are 5. 5 live with real humans. This is not recorded video. Live coaching group sessions on Zoom, 5 per week for 4 months straight. 5. At some point, we'll probably add more. Listen to me very carefully. No other program in the entire world gives you 5 live coaching calls per week for any amount of time at this price point. 90-day Business Builder is a few $1,000s. Tax deductible, I'll get to that in a minute. There is no other program in the entire world that gives you this much coaching. I have a lot of buddies who sell what I sell. And whenever I talk to them about this, I tell them that they get 5 sessions and all the stuff I'm going to talk about in a minute, accountability coaching and things like that. They're like, whoa. Your customers get 5 sessions a week? They're like, Caleb, I have a program just like yours, not just like yours. No one's like Business Builder. I have a program at the similar price point as yours. They tell me how much it is, about the same price. And they get 1 group call a week. Sometimes they get 2. You get 5 90-day Business Builder. No one else is doing this. No one else. By the way, and I mean this, if you think I'm wrong, I want you to go look around for other programs like this and tell me if you can find a program for a few $1,000 where you get 5 coaching sessions a week from real life people over 4 months. Find one. You won't be able to find it. And if you do find it, let me know, because I need to know if there's someone out there doing this. There isn't. There isn't. Programs like this will cost you $20,000, $25,000, $35,000. I'm not joking. This is a tiny fraction of that. This is the number one. This is my goal for this program, is to be the number one business program on the internet. And now it is. I can say with confidence and with reality and objectivity and data, it is. Now, all the sessions are recorded if you miss them, and they're yours forever. On top of all that, 24/7, we now have 24/7 coverage, 7 days a week, of an accountability coach who will work with you 24/7, answer all your questions, help you have problems through our base camp. You'll be in our base camp as a tool. That's in addition to the 5 live sessions a week. No other program offers this for a few $1,000. None. This is the only one. New thing I'm going to add as of now. When you sign up for the program during your 90 days, which is really 120 days now, you will get a 90-minute group coaching call with me, which is not part of the program. I'm adding it in there as a permanent addition to this program because you guys like that. You guys like coaching with me. So a 90, not a one-on-one call, it's a group coaching call with me. You can ask me any questions you want for 90 minutes. Ideally, business questions. I might entertain non-business questions too. Part of the program. In addition to the 5 sessions a week for 4 fucking months. In addition to the 24/7 accountability coach. You get daily support in our corporate base camp. And this is a tool that is yours forever, even after the program is over. So when the program is over for you, you still have base camp as a tool for the rest of your life. You permanently own it. Everything you get in the program is permanently yours forever. As soon as you sign up, you get over 25. I think we're about to 27 now. Exclusive how-to videos on how-to processes in your business. How to set up payment buttons, how to set up your mailing list, how to set up your website, how to price your product, how to find a niche. These are videos you have access to as soon as you sign up. These videos are not available anywhere else in any other of my products or bundles, anywhere. They are only in 90-Day Business Builder, and that's it. You can't get them anywhere else, and you will never be able to get them anywhere else. They're only for Business Builder customers. You get a structured curriculum where we have weekly to-do lists, week 1, week 2, week 3. We move you through the process every week. And if you have trouble, your accountability coach will help you, and some other people will help you. Next new thing we are adding. Hang on. Real life in-person meetups. Billy's really into this. Matter of fact, Billy is doing one tomorrow in London. There's going to be 10 people from Business Builder. The one she's putting on in London tomorrow. She's in London right now. We will guarantee that we will do at least one meetup, real life in-person meetup for Business Builder people only, put on by one of the coaches, not necessarily me. Could be Billy, could be Jan, could be any of the coaches. Okay. One in the United States, minimum, and one in Europe, minimum. I have right here, Billy will probably do more because she will. So that's the minimum we're promising, but we will over-deliver and we will give you more. Real life in-person meetups. To be clear, these are not seminars or anything expensive. There's informal meetups. You go to dinner or something, or go out for drinks. Real informal. Billy's doing literally one tomorrow. We have 10 people showing up for Business Builder in London. Past and present members are welcome. So if you sign up now, you're going to start the program in January. Let's say you're done by April. If we have a meetup in June or July or August or anytime later in the year, you can come. We have a meetup. From that point forth, you are a 90-Day Business Builder alumni, and you can go to any of these sessions you want for the rest of your life. Throw it in there. Next, we have over 100 people active in the program right now, and we have message boards that are active with these 100 people. We have people in there who are coaches. We have people in there who are experts. We have people in there who are Business Builder alumni who are awesome. These guys are so good. Many of them are as good as the coaches we have, and they will help you solve your problems in addition to the coaches. If you watch some of the, sorry, I'm sleepy, case studies at 90daybizbuilder.com, a lot of the guys will say in there, hey, I had a question. I ran into a problem in my business. I went on the message board. I posted a question. I waited 15 minutes. I had 3 answers, and all 3 of them fixed my problem. When you join programs like this that are like miniature masterminds, a lot of the value you get is not from the coaches and people like me, but it's from the other people in the program. We have some really sharp people in there. We have over 100 people in these message boards that are only for Business Builder, active Business Builder clients. You get access to all that. It's all in Basecamp. Then as soon as you sign up, you get 3 courses from my repertoire. You get the Alpha 2.0 business course, which teaches you how to create a location in a business. You get the How to Get Clients course, which is 13 ways how to get clients, 13 or 17, I forget. Ways how to get a client, both paid and free. And then you get my book, Big Income from Little Work, again, how to set up a business. I want to make sure this is in addition to the custom videos you get. So you get something like 40 hours of video as soon as you sign up, video and audio, if you mix them together, before you even start on any of the live sessions. This stuff makes me so happy. We've been working on this so hard. This is great. I'm going to say this one more time. No other program in the world gives you all this coaching for this small of a fee. It's a few $1,000s. There is no other program in the world that gives you that much. And if you can find one, you let me know. You won't. And if you find one that's comparable, it's going to be at least $20,000, probably 25 or 35, the ones I've seen. $25,000 or more. 90 Day Business Builder is a tiny, tiny fraction of $25,000. It's a few $1,000s. Now, on that, we have a guarantee in this program. We guarantee that you will make real money, which means you get 1, 2, 3 clients, okay? Within 90 days. We guarantee it. And if you don't, you will stay in the program past the 90 or 120 days for as long as you need to stay for free. We will continue to work with you for free forever until you get those clients and make money. Again, try to find another program that makes that kind of guarantee. That's how sure we are this works. We know this works. Now, does that mean you can just, to be fair and to be honest, does that mean you can just sit on your ass and not do anything for 3 months and say, well, I didn't make any money, so you can work me for? No, when you sign up, we'll explain it to you. There are things you have to promise to. You have to promise to do what we tell you. And, if you have a problem, you have to let us know. And okay, but this is it. You can stay in the program forever. And there's guys in the program who are still in it after their 120 days. They're still in there. We're helping them out for free. You can make payments if you can't afford the entire thing. It's Caleb, how much is it? It's several $1,000s. I can't give you the exact number because you may be eligible for discounts based on other things you may have bought from me or how long you've been one of my customers. There's a lot of discounts we offer for this. I try to give as many discounts as we can. Regardless of the price, you can make payments if you can't make the entire payment. No interest if you make payments. Interest free. No late fees. If you're late, yes, we'll nicely bug you, but we don't charge you a late fee. No interest, no late fees ever if you make payments to us. Ever. Now, obviously, if you never pay us, we got to kick you out of the program. Well, duh. Eventually, you got to pay us. But no interest, no late fees. It is 100% tax deductible. You'll get a tax deductible receipt. You can write off on your taxes, even if you don't have a business yet. You could sign up right now, make the payment, and write off that several $1,000s off your taxes for 2024 right now. Right now. Please check with your accountant. Laws vary. The next cohort, the next group that starts will be January 11th. So what you'll do is if you want in on this, you sign up now. You're going to get all the videos. You're going to get access to all the tools. You're going to get access to all that stuff, the message boards, everything. You can get ready for the end of the year. And then on January 11th, that's when your sessions begin. That's when your 120 days begins. So it actually ends up being more than 120 days because we don't count it until you start your first session, which is January 11th. So if you sign up now, dude, you'll be in there for like 5 months. Not bad for the price of 3 months. 90daybizbuilder.com. You need to book a call. Now, that website has not been updated yet with these changes. I've been a little busy lately and traveling. I'm a little sleepy. So in the next day or two, we'll update. Whatever you read on the website, if it conflicts with anything I'm saying, what I'm saying is accurate. These slides are accurate. Okay? 90daybizbuilder.com. You go there and you book a call. Bonus on top of all that. One-time bonus. Just for this. On top of everything I just said. If you sign up by December 16th, which is about what? 10 days from now? That's Monday night, December 16th, 2024. If you sign up by then, I will throw in a free one-on-one coaching call with me, 20 minutes. We can go a little over, but not much. I'm trying to be nice about it. Now, I'm not going to do one-on-one coaching to the public anymore in about 3 weeks. December 31st of this year and this month, I'm not offering one-on-one coaching anymore. I've said this already. I'm out. Done. I think I have 2 slots left. So you get this free if you sign up for Business Builder by December 16th, which I didn't want to do because if we have 35 people sign up, that means I got 35 calls to do. I mean, I'll do it because I believe in this program. And my mission is to help you get location independent so you get the fuck out of your collapsing country and live a more mobile, happy, free, successful life. You can't do that with location independent income. You can't do that from your 9-to-5 job. You can't do that with your stupid gigs. You can't do that with your location dependent business. Those of you who have that. I charge over $1,000 an hour for coaching or around there, depending on kind of package you buy. Literally, go look at my coaching page, $1,000 an hour. You get this for free. And like I said, I stopped doing one-on-one coaching and then in December. So you're getting something kind of special here. You don't have to use the coaching call this month. You can use it for your membership in the program. So for the next 5 months. Okay. 90-day biz, B-I-Z, 90-day biz builder.com. Or if the 40 doesn't work you're in a weird country, it's at store.calebjones.com/90DBB. If for some reason 90daybizbuilder.com doesn't work for you, it should, but there's some weird countries out there where that 40 doesn't work. I don't know why. And if you want the free one-on-one coaching from me, your deadline is December 16th. Sign up now, write it off in your taxes for this year. Nice tax write-off. You only have 3 more weeks to get tax write-offs for 2024. What do you think I'm working on right now? Tax write-offs for the year. I'm like talking to my tax returns like, whoa, made too much money this year. Let's figure this out. Let's reduce my paper incomes. I don't pay much tax. This will help you do it. And then you'll make money. You'll be making money within 90 days. 90 days from January 11th. Make sense? And I'm going to say one more time and I'll answer questions. Go find another program that costs just a few $1,000s where you get all this coaching and all this support for that long. Find it. This is the best in the world. Period. Super pumped about this. Okay. I will answer some of your questions. Hang on. Let's see. What slide should I leave this on? Shit. I wasn't thinking this through. I got to leave a slide. I'll do the final slide because it has the link on it. Hang on. Da, 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 motherfucker. Da, 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 deep, deep, doo, deep, 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 doo, deep, 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 doo. Okay. Your questions. Let's see here. I'm going to zoom in on your questions here because my eyesight sucks. I don't know if I can get to all the questions. I'm very sleepy. I'll do my best. I have to cut this off sooner than you think. I have an MLTR who listened fitting me, but contacted me again after a month. However, when I went over to her house, she didn't want to hook up. Should I try? Should I reinitiate listen video or try again? Go back on radio silence. So I'm a virgin trying to get with this girl out who wants to sleep with me, but she keeps delaying it. That means she doesn't want to sleep with you. And says she's busy studying and she's only 18. Should I keep pursuing her again on the girl? I'm 28. My default answer for those is try one more time, and then move on. That's my default answer, all that stuff. Advice for virgins who don't want to use escorts and who don't have female friends. There's no easy answers for you. You have to suck it up and use an escort or make some female friends. Or just put in a lot of numbers and try to fuck lots of girls. It's going to be hard. By the way, because of your work advice, I'm getting laid by 7 to 8 women right now. So thank you. You're very welcome. I'm here to spread happiness and joy for all of your cocks. If your wife had a massage therapist that was a man knowing he is massaging all over, would you be okay with it? That's a very stupid question. I absolutely would not care, and neither should you. Happy holidays. You're very welcome. I mean, happy holidays to you too. Happy Thanksgiving to you Americans last week. Listening to your families bitch about Trump. And what I will do for Christmas on Christmas Day at this channel, I will do a Christmas nerd live stream. We can talk about Lord of the Rings and books and movies and comic books and video games and all this nerd shit. It'll be a Christmas nerd live stream. Coming your way December 25th. I'll either be in Dubai or I will be in Austria. I haven't decided yet. I had a second date with a girl in August. She said she was on her period, so she just gave me a blowjob. She did not respond to me for a few months. Yesterday, she responded to me and said she had a lot on her plate. She came over again last night and again said she was on her period. Now I call bullshit. During the night, she said she gave me a blowjob and said she did want to have sex with me. Should I meet up with her again? Same as answer before. One more time. One more time. And if she doesn't have sex, you say, look, I got to move on. I can't waste my time. However you want to say that. I'm a 22-year-old guy who attracts 26 to 30-year-old women a lot. But most of them get turned off when they hear my age. Should I try to hide my age when gaming them? I don't believe in lying to women. So what I believe instead is using your age as a DHV, as a demonstration of higher value. So when they say, oh, you're so young, you say, yeah, my dick works way better than any of the men your age. For example, I have stronger testosterone than any man your age. Go watch the live stream podcast I did a few weeks ago about how to use your age as an advantage. If you're younger, middle-aged, or older, go watch that. If you live in the United States, you're fucked. If you live in the United States, would it be mandatory to supplement online dating with day game because it's more difficult than other countries, more left-educated women? No. Assuming your 9-day business builder sales are going down because now Trump mania is back and he's going to fix it again. No, well, 9-day business, we haven't promoted business builder in 3 months. So I'll let you know after this promotion. I'm a 30-year-old man, 30-year-old Indian man in the U.S. I have tried about 15 professionally taken photos on Photo Feeler. The higher scoring photo I had was 7.2. Should I focus on new photos or something else? You know, you can't use Photo Feeler as an exact number. What kind of results are you getting on the sites, on the apps? Are you getting matches and openers or not? Use that. I have 3 MLTRs and 2 FBs from 1 MLTR. Up from 1 MLTR and 2 FBs 2 weeks ago. How do I downgrade one of the MLTRs? Go read my article, the blog, how to call it downgrading. It shows you exactly how to do it. If you are 30, is it more difficult to date younger women than women in their 30s and 40s? No, not at all. Women prefer older men, so no. Did you like the movie Spectre? I liked scenes from it, but generally no, it was stupid. You know, he shoots one thing and this entire base just fucking blows up. So no, I didn't hate it. Didn't like it. You know, Daniel Craig only did one really good movie, which was Casino Royale. And even that movie, you have to take out the last 10, 15 minutes, which was dumb. Whenever Destiny has a public conversation with someone, do you think he is ever genuine or is he just trying to get a dunk on the person? No, I think he's genuine. I've seen a few of his things. I think he really believes that left-wing insane shit. I think he is very angry. He's the left-wing Andrew Tate. But do I think he's disingenuous sometimes? I mean, possibly. I don't know him that well. Possibly. How can a girl fuck a guy without at least going on a date with him first? Or should he only fuck her coworkers? The first quote-unquote date, or you could call it a meet, does not count. You have to go on a meet, but that doesn't mean you go on a romantic first date where you buy her a steak dinner at a fancy restaurant. A strong percentage of my first dates was you go to Starbucks and you buy nothing and you talk for half an hour. And that's the first date. Or you go for a walk in the park. I'm not kidding. Or you go to a deli, you don't order anything, you just talk. So you can call that a date or call it a meet. Yeah, one is required. One, that's it though. 1 or 2. Then you have sex there and then no more dating. I'm planning to leave the country after Trump presidency ends, as I feel no one will be as good as Trump. Well, at least you're leaving. How to choose a country to move. That's a very big topic. I just finished my new book. I have an entire chapter on how to find the best country for you. Can't give you the title of the book yet, but I just finished writing it this morning. So now I'm recording the audiobook, and it'll help you with that. Or you can also, if you want, you can go to store.calebjones.com and you get the course escape plan, which shows you how to do that there too. A little more expensive though. My post listed videos, MLTR, all came back after 48 hours to 3 weeks. That's right. That's how it works. A guy I know entered into a monogamous long distance relationship. Hang on, I'm talking right in my microphone. A guy I know has entered into a monogamous long distance relationship with a below average girl who all of his friends slept with. Yes, that's not unusual at all. They're called beta males. It's most men. Is this a massive beta move? Yes, and it is normal and typical for modern day men. He travels to see her every week. Yeah, he's a total beta and he is normal. Any lifestyle tips for recovering from a cold fast? No. Other than the two basics, lots of sleep, lots of fluids. Other than that, no, there's no hacks for that. The fact that we get the cold, the common cold, is a possible clue that aliens seeded our DNA or something. I had doctors literally talk about this. I have no idea if it's true or not. I thought that you put it on the calendar when you have sex with other women. Yes, correct. So Pink Firefly knows you're with other women. Correct. But I'm not plastering pictures and video of me on these live streams saying, hey, look at these hot chicks I'm fucking. Yeah, bitch. I don't do that. That's a private calendar between me and her. No one else sees that. What do you do if your girlfriend has a sugar daddy? Your girlfriend has a sugar daddy? She shouldn't be your girlfriend. Oh, OLTR girlfriend? I don't know what you mean. Monogamous girlfriend? And she thinks it's not a big deal. I feel like a loser as I'm always broke. I need more detail on what your relationship is. Is it an OLTR girlfriend? Then if it's an OLTR girlfriend, she better be over the age of 25. And sounds like she's not. Sounds like you're violating my models. If it's a monogamous thing, why are you letting her do it? You should be monogamous, though. So I would need more detail on a relationship. With regard to Gene Simmons, it's hard to separate the truth from fiction. We know what he says and what he claims to have done, but we don't know if he's just always telling the truth. When he says he's fucked 4,000 women, you're right. We have no idea if that's true. Do I believe he's fucked lots of women and fucked lots of women during his 25-year marriage to Shannon Tweed before 2011 when he married her? Yes, I believe he did. He's a rock star. And yes. So we would be nitpicking, and I don't do that. Bold post-wall women may be easier to date for you. Oh, you're talking to someone else. Okay. Why Dubai does not have a refugee crisis unlike other countries? Dubai is not insane like the United States or suicidal like Europe. Dubai is a functional society, unlike the United States and unlike Europe. That's why. Why would Dubai import millions upon millions of low-skilled third world people? They would just fuck up your country. Why would they do that? Instead, what Dubai does is they make the lifestyle really awesome, zero crime, fantastic infrastructure, zero taxes or close to it. And then people want to come to Dubai, and the people who come to Dubai are people like me, people who are hardworking and are a net positive for society instead of a net negative. And as I've been saying for 25 years or so, libertarian politics, any other country can do this. Singapore did it. Hong Kong kind of did it. Any other country can decide tomorrow to not let anyone in the country and then dramatically slash their taxes. You're not going to see that happen in the Western world anywhere, including under Trump. Dramatically slash crime, build a bunch of infrastructure that's awesome. You're not going to see it. But they could. They could. New Hampshire, Texas, Alaska could secede the United States and turn into the next Dubai tomorrow morning. They won't do it because they're insane and they're pussies. How much water do you drink per day? I've forgotten. Let's see, 1,500 ml? Between 1,500 to 2,000 ml? I think it's 2,000 ml, I think. I forget. It's in bottles, and I don't pay attention to measurements anymore. I drink a lot. Trump's talk about annexing Canada to become the 51st state. Thoughts? If you believe that, you're insane and you're dumb. Thoughts? Thoughts on Colombia putting restrictions on British nationals as retaliation? Do you fear Paraguay putting restrictions on U.S. citizens because of Trump? No. Paraguay is a right-wing country, so no. Again, I don't deal with insane countries. Paraguay is not an insane country. I don't deal with insane countries. You guys do. I don't. I live in Dubai and Paraguay, two non-insane, rational countries that don't do stupid shit. Paraguay does a few stupid things, but not much. I watched a 1980s movie called Death Stalker. Did I see that? Maybe. I've seen a lot of 80s movies. That was my era. The main character appeared to be an alpha male, total alpha 2.0, non-monogamous, outcome independent. Have you seen it? Death Stalker. Probably. I don't remember. I've seen a lot of 80s. That's my era, man. I've seen a lot of 80s movies. I honestly don't remember. It's hard to find alpha male 2.0 characters. But there were plenty in the 80s. There were a lot more in the 80s than today. That's true. Shit. Do you feel one side of the benefits of converting marriage to OLTR is you worry less if there's a gap in affection, non-sexual physical touch? The more gap closed than just sexual ones. I don't understand the question. Try to rewrite it. I don't quite understand. Many women don't want a woman president. I discussed this. I think that's one of the reasons Kamala lost. Yes. My mother did not Kamala to win. Well, is she a right-winger, though? That doesn't count. The women in your family, like your sister, mother, wife, how they feel about Kamala and a woman being president. My family is extremely left-wing, and they would be happy to have a female president. What I said, and I'm 99% sure I'm right about this. I said this before the election. Now we see the election results, and it's backing up what I'm saying. I'll give a left example and a right example, okay? There is I believe 99%, there is a strong percentage of left-wing Democrat women who never want a woman president. Why do I think that? I have shown the details in my blogs when they do scientific studies and surveys where women say, like up to 68% of women say, I'd rather have a male boss. I don't want a female boss. Oh, really? So I bet there's a whole bunch of left-wing, woke, or normal left-wing Democrat women, and all their friends say, we got to vote for Kamala because Trump's an asshole. And they go, yeah, Kamala, yeah. And they stay home on election day, which is why Trump won. 7 million people who voted for Biden stayed home and didn't vote for Kamala. That's evidence of what I'm saying. All these left-wingers say, oh, no, everyone loves Trump now. And all these stupid right-wing Trumpers say, yay, everyone likes Trump now. No, Trump got more or less the same amount of votes he got last time. I think 2 million more. He won because 7 million people stayed home who voted for Biden and didn't want Kamala because Kamala sucked. And I think there's some women on the Kamala side who don't want a woman president. Now, let me give you, to be fair and balanced, let me give you the opposite example. I am convinced, and this I know is true. I'm 100% convinced on this one. I know this is true. There is a decent component of Trump supporters, pro-Trumpers, who will never vote for someone who isn't white. Yeah. Now, as I'm saying all Trump supporters are racist, no. Maybe it's just 10%, but 10% is enough. 10, 15%. Ann Coulter said it right to Vivek Ramaswamy's face. I can't vote for you. You're not white. And I think there's a lot of Trump supporters, not most, but a hunk. This is why Vivek Ramaswamy will never be elected president. He might be vice president. He will never, you guys who are hoping someday he'll be president, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Too many Trump supporters go, no, can't vote for that guy. He's not white. So, and they're hidden, they're quiet. They're not going to say it to people. They're not going to say it out loud. They're like, oh yeah, Vivek, yeah. And they just stay home on election day. On Tinder, there's an increase. Women say they want ethical non-monogamy on their profiles. Correct, as I predicted over 15 years ago. Or a woman who is an open relationship looking for fun. Have you come across this? Yes, I predicted this. Non-monogamy will become more and more accepted as time goes on, as the culture moves further to the left. That's one of the benefits of a left-wing culture. The downside is you're collapsing. But the good side is more women will let you fuck other chicks. As I've said many times, bad for society, good for us. I've seen an increase of homeless people. Of course, you live in the United States probably, yeah. And people are angry because the migrant crisis. How do places like Japan or Dubai deal with homeless as you don't see them there? If you're homeless, they don't let you come here. Number one. Number two, there is no welfare state in Dubai. So Dubai handles this properly. I've written about this in my blogs before I ever wanted to move to Dubai. The correct way to handle homeless people is either you work or you starve to death in the privacy of your own home. We're not going to let you do on the street. Or you go back to your fucking country because we're not going to give you any free money. That's socialism. We don't do that. That's why Dubai doesn't have that problem. Again, Dubai is rational, unlike the United States, which is insane. And Trump is going to fix it. And Elon Musk's Doge is going to do shit. I'll talk about that next week. Watch your stream about the new PDM model, but still don't really get it. Can you please elaborate what the one main difference between PDMs and OLTRs? If you have 3 PDMs, does it simply mean you have 3 OLTRs? No. OLTR is by definition emotionally exclusive. So when you have an OLTR, you say, I'm not going to date or have feelings for any other woman in the world except you, sweetheart. And she goes, okay, good. All right, I'll let you fuck other girls as long as you don't like them. Okay. It's a lot easier. It's easier to maintain. PDM, there's 1 or 2 or 3 other women I'm also going to like besides you and fuck them. You got to be cool at this or you can walk. You can walk. That's the primary difference. No, you don't have 3 OLTRs. That's the primary difference. There are other minor differences. I'd have to go through those slides again. I mean, like the number one characteristic of OLTR. Okay, when you it means you're violating the OLTR concept itself. Right. The PDM violates the OLTR model. Correct. PDM is not OLTR. Right. So that means for you personally, there'll be no more OLTRs. Thanks for elaborating. That is correct. No more OLTRs for me. And maybe at some point, not yet, no more consistent FBs. FBs kind of on the side and around, but not consistent. Very different. Mm-hmm. That's the other difference with PDMs. PDMs, you rely on just your PDMs instead of relying on OLTR plus a whole bunch of FBs. What do you think about Hong Kong compared to a lot of other major... Hang on a second. My jet lag is getting me. I'm going to have to go to... Yeah. Hong Kong is one of my favorite cities in the world. It was my favorite city in the world part of 2019 when China stepped on its neck. I still really like it a lot. I think Hong Kong's amazing and very special. I think it's a unique city. I'm probably going back there next year. Caleb, for internationalizing your life, you said an open bank account. You said open a bank account in the country if it's your first time and there for a week. No, you have to get, in most countries, let's get residency first. Then you can open a bank account. Residency, then open an account. So you go there for the week to see if you like it. If you like it, you get residency, then you get your bank account. How do you overcome the awkwardness when doing consulting calls with teams and it's your first time? Oh, that's a standard fear thing. Ask yourself, why do I care? Pump yourself up before the call. Stand up straight. Stand up like Superman. Play some Superman music. Dun, 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 dun. This is very corny, Caleb. That's how your subconscious works. It's corny. You treat your subconscious like a 5-year-old child and then pretend you're wearing a cape and strut around the room and say, I'm fucking badass. I'm the most badass guy in this fucking call. You do it right before and you sit right down and you start the call. And then eventually you won't do it anymore. Fake it till you make it. That's how I started doing first dates back in 2007. When she was like really pretty, I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? Okay, I'm James Bond, motherfucker. I pump myself up. Just want to say thanks for your streams. I find I get overwhelmed with negative thinking sometimes, and your videos help rekindle that positivity. Cool, love it. How is your PDM model different than Muslims' multiple wives? Completely different. They're allowed to fuck other men if they want. So I don't have to monitor them. I know a lot of Muslim guys here have multiple wives. It's not low drama. It's not a low, it's a high drama lifestyle. They're constantly monitoring their wives and running their lives. Wives, PDMs are allowed to do whatever they want within reason. I guess the main difference is simply the locations. That's the other thing. I don't live with any of these women. If you want lots of drama, move in with 3 or 4 wives in the same house. Shoot me in the goddamn head. It's the dumbest, most insane thing that men want. Now, again, there's a percentage of men who don't mind drama and chaos and conflict. Fine. Go marry 3 wives and move them all into your house. You moron. That's it. I don't live with any of these women. I live alone. And they're in other countries to reduce jealousy. Randa, but since you drink so much water, how do you manage to not just pee all the time, or does your body adjust? A, your body does adjust. P, you do pee. B, you do pee a lot. I have a little bottle by my desk. Billy makes fun of me all the time. Caleb, can you do a video on planning out the quarters instead of years? Yes, that's coming soon for December or early January. Yes, that is coming. When should you have the talk if the girl listen fitted you before you gave it to her? Should you wait another 3 months minimum? If you're in a listen fitty, it doesn't matter. Yes, but the answer yes. All right, one more question. I gotta go. Caleb, I'm a highly empathetic person. What do you recommend to me to care less about the sufferings and problems of the world? Standard outcome independence technique. You sit down quietly by yourself and you have a conversation with your own brain and you say, why do I care? Why does this make me so stressed and unhappy? Why do I care so much about this? And your brain will give it because of this. And you say, okay, why do I care about that? And your brain will say, well, because of this. Some other thing. Okay, why do I care about that? And your brain will sort of go, I guess this. When you were 5 years old, your mom did this. And you go, well, that's stupid. You just keep digging down. And an alternate behavior. Can I meet this need I have by being sad for everyone in the world without being distracted all the time? I donate to charity every month. I don't talk about this. I donate to charity every month. I write some big checks to charity. I'm a libertarian. I believe that human beings should donate to charity instead of tax dollars going to poor people where the government wastes 70% of it. So I have to walk my talk. So I donate to charity. So instead of me stressing out about, the poor children who can't eat and don't have dads, I donate to charity and I help them that way. Am I going to change the world? No, but it helps. So that helps alleviate some of that for myself. Have you observed dudes hiring surrogates to get auto custody of kids? I've never seen that. No, I have not. All right. I got to go. I'm falling asleep. I'll see you guys on Monday. 90daybizbuilder.com. If you sign up before the 16th, one-on-one coaching call with me, plus everything I just talked about. 90-Day Business Builder 2.0, the #1 best business builder program in the entire world right now, and the cheapest for what you get. 90daybizbuilder.com. I will see you on Monday.